too. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Guitaro 5000. Last year, I got an invitation to live on the ocean. And I said, yeah, sounds good. So for 4 months, I lived on a Carnival cruise ship called the Carnival Imagination. And all I did was play the music that made the people dance. And made them take a chance and dance, dance, dance. On stage, that was basically my life. Off stage, I met lots of new friends, went a bunch of new places, even learned new languages, ladies and gentlemen. Being on a cruise ship that long will do that to you. And I would say it was the single most culturally enriching experience in my whole life. So that when it ended, ladies and gentlemen, when it ended, I couldn't help but think, man, if only I got a chance to do it again. If only I had a chance to do this one more time. I spent lots of time working on the show that I did miss a few adventures, but I told myself that if I ever got a chance to do it again, I would do it way harder, I'd do it way better, and I'll get a chance to record it for you guys. Well, the end of the contract came, and the performance review came in, ladies and gentlemen, and I got some nice, good ratings. I got my ratings were sky high. So I was offered another cruise ship contract / adventure, and it will be on the Carnival Magic, ladies and gentlemen. And this one would be this ship would be a lot bigger than the last one that I was on, and the itinerary would be 10 times better. And I'll get a chance to record it. So that's what we're going to do. Every week, we're going to get together, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you what's happening during my adventure here on the Carnival Magic as a performer. And tune in. So let's get to week one. All right, so here's what happened on week one. Let's start with day one. On day one, when you get on the ship, whether you're a crew member or a passenger, everyone has a job. As a matter of fact, they have two jobs. The first job is to find stuff. You're on basically a floating city, ladies and gentlemen. Like everything that you need is somewhere around the corner, somewhere up there, it's upstairs, downstairs. So I spent a lot of time looking for stuff. Gotta find soap, gotta find toothpaste, gotta find water, gotta find bathrooms, gotta find food, gotta find love. That was basically my life for the first day, and passengers alike. Also, we have to do a safety drill to know, so that everyone can learn what would happen, how we would get out of a situation if the ship was sinking and we needed to survive, we needed to escape the ship. That is what the drill teaches us, and it's a 1 hour long drill. And so that's what we have to do on day one of the cruise ship. And actually, we do that every single cruise that we take. So passengers experience this once, and crew members like myself experience this every single cruise. Like for this one is a 7-day cruise that goes through the Caribbean, the Eastern Caribbean and the Western Caribbean. We all take weekly cruises. So once the safety drill was over, it's time to party. We start sailing, ladies and gentlemen, and I do my first show, and it was a ton of fun. It's only that I was pretty sleepy from the long plane ride. I just wanted to get to my cabin, and this is my cabin right here, and it's pretty small, but enough to fall asleep in, and enough to start a little bit of a cabin party, which is gonna happen. So on day 3, we landed at this beautiful place called Amber Cove in the Dominican Republic. I was pretty excited to go out, but I had to find where on the ship prints my crew ID. I need the crew ID in order to get off the ship and back on the ship. And by the time I found it, ladies and gentlemen, by the time I got my printed ID out, I looked outside the window, and the ship was sailing away from Amber Cove. And I didn't get to go to Amber Cove, ladies and gentlemen. I missed that. But one thing that was very, very nostalgic to me was the trees, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know this, but I have Haitian parents. And when I was 5 years old, we went to Haiti together, me and my mom. And that's the last time I saw those trees. Like, they were trees that specifically were on that island in Haiti. And also, Dominican Republic is on the same island as Haiti. So I would have loved to just, be around there, walk around there, and just gaze at the trees for the nostalgic effect, but I missed it. Fortunately, I had my next port to look forward to, and the next port, ladies and gentlemen, was the lovely St. Thomas. And that's when I saw thousands of passengers rush out of the ship to go on their shore excursions and their adventures and their shopping stuff. And all I could think was, ladies and gentlemen, I know I have something they don't. I have time. My ship is going to be coming back to these ports day after day, week after week, month after month. I'll be here for a few months. I'll be able to see everything. So I'm in no rush. I'm strolling by block, just checking the scenery out. And I told myself, whatever adventure comes to me, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to do it. And that's how I'm going to live here, ladies and gentlemen. As a matter of fact, the next day when we went to Puerto Rico, I made a promise to myself that even if something scares me, I'm going to get into it and I'm going to embrace it and just go ahead and do it. So, on day 5, that personal pact would be tested, if I should say. So, a few days before day 5, maybe like day 2 or day 3, I got a note on my door from my music manager, the manager of the music department. And it said, "Hey guys, if you still want to go on the cruise shore excursion together, let me know. And it's $20, and you just gotta let me know so I can put you on the list." So I was like, "Hey, that's an adventure." I'm like, "Let's go on adventure. Let's go on adventure. Let's go on adventure." Called my manager up and I said, "Hey man, put me on the list. I got the $20," and he's like, "Great. So see you there." So day 5 comes, ladies and gentlemen. I wear this nice shirt, cool pants, cool shoes. I'm looking fly. I'm looking good. I figured, hey, we're going to a museum or something like that. Maybe we're going to some sort of tour of this old building. I'm not sure what we're going to do. But all I know is that whatever we're doing, I'm going to do it looking good, ladies and gentlemen. So here I am looking good. And I go up to meet my group. And I didn't even think to ask what this was going to be. I just assumed it was something touristy. But, ladies and gentlemen, it was very obvious that I was the only one who didn't know what was going on. Because when I met my group, they were all dressed in beach gear, and I was not. They were all dressed in, like, T-shirts and, shorts and stuff like that, and sandals, and I looked like I did not belong. But it was too late to change. We were going out anyway, and as a backup, I made sure that even under all the fly clothes I had, I made sure I packed some swimming trunks. I put on some swimming trunks under my pants, and just in case this had anything to do with like the beach or water or anything like that. But really, when I was putting them on, I was like, why am I even doing this? I know I can't swim. The last time I was submerged underwater, I was 9 years old, and I remember seeing a nice green patch of land on the in the park when I was at the park with my family, and I was like, man, this land over here looks so nice and green. Why is no one playing in it? So I was like, you know what, let me be the first one. So I ran over there, and I took one step in that, and it was not land, ladies and gentlemen. It was like a pond, and it was a deep pond, and I fell right in there, not knowing how to swim at all. This pond was full of algae, so it looked like it was flat land. I did not expect to be underwater, and I had to rescue myself, ladies and gentlemen, out of this pond. And I remember inhaling a lot of water, and it was not fun. Not fun at all. It was really scary. Like, I literally thought I was going to die. So ever since then, I've been afraid to be underwater. So when I'm putting on my swimming trunks, I was reminded, like, I really hope this has nothing to do with water, because I can't even swim. So we're going out. We're going to our excursion, and as we're walking, I'm still not sure what this is. And I think it was supposed to be a surprise, but they all had a clue, and I didn't, so I didn't come dressed in, So we walk out to the port. We board a small boat, maybe 20, 30 of us, and we sail a mile out to sea, maybe 2 miles. You can imagine how I felt like at this point. I'm like, this is obviously a water thing, because why would we be out at sea? And then that's when the captain of the little boat came up and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the snorkeling adventure." My heart sunk, ladies and gentlemen. I was like, oh my goodness. So at this point, he gives the full explanation of how to use all the snorkeling equipment, the snorkeling techniques, basically all the stuff that I wouldn't need to use, because I'm not going into no water. Not today, not me, not now. And as a matter of fact, I made a friend who was part of the group who basically said the same thing, like, we're not going in there. We'll let everyone else take the death dive, and we're gonna stay right here. That's what we're doing. But then he was finished with the explanation, and it looks like everyone pretty much got the hang of it. They went out to the water, and I was inside with my friend, and I was just, since they passed out the snorkeling gear, I was like, let me just try this on, Put on the goggles. I saw myself in the mirror. I'm like, I look good. Put on the vest. Still look good. I'm like, hey man, do you have any flippers in my size? Do you have any of those little flippy things that you put on your feet? Size 12? He's like, yeah, I got them. Passed them over to me. Put them on. And that's when I remembered the pact. Even if it scares you, do it anyway. So at this point, I'm like, let's go on an adventure. Let's go on an adventure. Let's go on an adventure. So I told the guy, hey man, I do not know how to swim, but I still want to do this. Can you help me? I told everyone that I didn't know how to swim, and this would be my first time. And they were looking at me like, what? What the hell? So he says, look, we can help you, okay? I'll have someone escort you down, and he'll give you a life buoy, and you'll be fine. You won't sink. You'll be all right. So I go down the steps, and I took one step in the water and another step and go down, 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 and I'm in the water completely submerged, and I am literally terrified. Like my heart is racing. I can't let go of that life buoy. I'm just like, oh my god. He's like, relax, 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 relax. So I had the snorkeling gear on, properly. So he's like, look, just relax your body, try to straighten your body out, and look into the water. I put my head into the water finally, and I see all these fish just swimming around like nothing's wrong. I'm like, if they're having such an easy time, why am I having such a hard time? So at this point, I pretty much had enough. I said, let's get back to the boat. So he brings me back to the boat, and I walk up and shake it all off, and simmer down, caught my breath, and I'm like, you know what? Let me do this again. We have time left. Let me do this again. So I go back in, and at this point, like, I just realized how different water physics are than land life. Like all my athletic training in the past, all my coordination, it didn't matter in water. Water is just a different universe. So I never really got a chance to, mobilize myself. But it was still fun to do. And I definitely got over the fear to a certain extent. And I basically spent the rest of the day just answering the question, if you didn't know how to swim, why did you start in the middle of the ocean? I guess it was something that scared me, so I figured whatever scares you makes you grow, and I wanted to grow, maybe an inch or two, so I did it anyway, ladies and gentlemen. So that was pretty much the highlight of my first week on board. There's going to be many, many more adventures to come. I predict that by the end of this contract, I will learn to swim. I predict that by the end of this contract, I will do a lot of things that I'm afraid of doing, and I actually have a list of them, which you'll be seeing me cross out as this 3-month adventure goes on. So let's meet again next time, and I'll update you on anything. Ask me any questions you want about ship life. I'll try to answer them in every single video that's coming up. Make sure you subscribe, and also hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you can get a notification every time a new video comes out. Thanks, guys. As usual, K for life. See you next time.